Hello everyone and welcome back to your favorite sports channel Trivia Fever. Here's the place where you come to get all your updates about the current affairs when it comes to the sporting world. And here I am to tell you the answers of yesterday's questions and also to share with you five interesting new questions in regarding the world of sports that probably you don't know about, and that's the challenge for you today. So before I begin with the new questions, I'll first start off with the answers of yesterday's questions. So here is question number 1 for yesterday. In September 2003, playing for Mumbai in the Irani Trophy match against the strong rest of India, he grabbed the limelight by dismissing some of the stalwarts of the Indian cricket, finishing with bowling figures of 4 for 61. His scalps included established names like Rahul Dravid, Yuvraj Singh, and Saurav Ganguly. All you had to do was tell me the name of this particular cricketer. Well, the Indian team that we see right now is a very fit Indian team, but well, in the past there were some players who were a little bit questionable when it came to the field of fitness. And well, he was one of the players, despite of his fitness level, was a very accurate bowler and a good spinner. The answer that I was looking for this question is the bowler, the spinner, Ramesh Pawar. And that brings us to our second question for yesterday. So here goes. Ashwin is the first spinner with multiple wickets in the very first session of a Boxing Day test. The last finger spinner before Ashwin to claim 3 or more wickets on day 1 of a test at the MCG was during the 1985 and 86 test series. So who was this particular bowler that we are talking about? Well, the interesting fact is when I asked you this question yesterday, I'd also dropped a subtle hint that this particular player is still a part of the Indian team in terms of the administrative and coaching staff. And the answer for this question is the coach of the Indian team, that is Ravi Shastri. Moving on to question number 3 for yesterday, here goes. He was the first team member to compete in a US national team at the Olympics without any prior NBA experience since Emeka Okafor in 2004. So all you had to do is tell me the name of this particular basketball player. Well, even before I tell you the answer, the thing is, we all would think that because he hasn't played in the NBA, he may not be a known name. But to your surprise, the answer to this question is Anthony Davis, and we all have seen his capability, despite his height, to dunk the ball into the net very effortlessly. So that was the answer for the third question. Moving on to question number 4 for yesterday. Here goes. His score of 246 for rest of India against Bengal remains the highest score by any batsman in the Irani Trophy. So who is this player that we are talking about who has now become a coach? So the answer for this question, I think since I've told you this, many of you would have taken the hint from it and obviously guessed it out. The player that I am talking about is Praveen Amre. And that brings us to our last question for yesterday. So here goes. On the 23rd of March 2018, who became the second batsman after Desmond Haynes to carry his bat right through the innings on 3 occasions in Test cricket history? So the answer for this question, well, it is sort of a niche question. You need to be an ardent cricketing fan to crack this one. But the answer that I was looking for is Dean Elgar of South Africa. And that sums up our 5 questions for yesterday. It's time to move on to the 5 questions for today. So here is question number 1. Well, this question is from one of my favorite sports, that is the world of chess. So let's see how many of you are able to crack it. So here's question number 1. In the 15th episode of the 28th season of The Simpsons, named The Cad and the Hat, the plot centers around Homer realizing that he is a grandmaster and searching advice from a chess player. So who was this particular chess player who Homer Simpson was seeking advice from? So this is a very interesting answer, and well, this player still does play chess, and he is very much almost at the top of the ladder. So moving on to question number 2 for today. Here goes. He earns 9.36 million pounds per year at Liverpool and is their second highest paid player after Mohamed Salah. As per his new contract, which he signed in 2018, he earns £180,000 a week. So who is this footballer that we are talking about? Well, to just drop a hint for you, he is a Brazilian footballer, and he was also a part of the match where Germany sort of destroyed Brazil in Rio 7-1. So I think you will be able to crack this answer from the hint that I've given you. Moving on to question number 3 for today. Here goes. Although known in their early days as the Throstles, the club's more popular nickname among supporters came to be the Baggies. So which is this club that we are talking about? Well, it's a very simple, straightforward question, and I think most of you should be able to crack this. So let's see what your guesses are. Moving on to question number 4 for today. Here goes. They are nicknamed X because the club was formed in 1886 by 16 munition workers in the Royal Arsenal factory in Woolwich. So what is the particular nickname of this footballing club? Well, there is a hint in the question itself if you're able to read through that. And that brings us to our last question for today. So here goes. So this particular player who you need to identify is the first South African captain to lead his team to under-19 World Cup glory in the year 2014. All you have to do is tell me the name of this player. So that sums up our 5 questions for today. Thank you for watching the video. Do try to at least put a guess for the answers, even if you don't know it for sure. But as I feel today's questions are easily crackable, and most of you should be able to get it. And most of the questions are related to current affairs. So if you're up to date with your sporting events, then you should know the answers to the questions. I will be seeing you tomorrow with the answers of today's questions and to ask you 5 more questions. And while you're writing your answers in the comments below, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel as well. And do spread the word. I will see you all tomorrow. Till then, please stay safe, take care and have a very, very good night.